Can you use PayPal as an eBay seller in 2023? It's a yes or no question. eBay, like, I think eBay owned PayPal, or PayPal owned eBay back in like the early 2000s. And that was kind of a nightmare. I had an amazing eBay account in the early 2000s, and also Amazon account. I was pulling like 5K a weekend. It was amazing. You could list a hairpin on eBay and sell it for $100. I mean, it was really cranking. Now the market's so flooded with sellers on eBay, and it's so expensive to sell on there now that a lot of old time sellers have left, and it's very competitive. It is so hard to sell on eBay now. There's just so many people selling the same thing you are, and a lot of Orients, they'll sell stuff dirt cheap, but new buyers don't realize it takes a month or two for it to get to them in the United States, and that puts a really bad taste in your mouth when you're ordering online. And you don't know all this stuff. When somebody goes, "Oh, I just ordered online; it'd be cheap," and plus you don't know what you're getting. There's a lot of fake stuff out there and all that. But the worst is the wait, if you even get it. And it has to go through 3 or 4 customs before it even gets to the United States. It's just a living nightmare. So, um, it's always better to get a U.S. seller if you make sure they're seriously a U.S. seller. Um, but anyway, they it was kind of problematic. I got burned for about $1,000 years ago on eBay in the early 2000s, by a lady that ordered several porcelain pieces from me, which had registration numbers on each one. And when I go to ship, she ordered like 15 pieces from me. And when I'd go to ship, I'd write down each registration number of each item and all that. And she would get real friendly and emails back and forth, trying to be a friend. I was going through a divorce at the time, and it was pretty rough. And she just seemed like a really nice person. And she had ordered a couple pieces from me the first time, and then turned around and wanted to order more, and she ordered like 15 pieces. So I pack and ship right away, signature, delivery confirmation, insurance, the whole thing. And I was really good at packing, porcelain items and delicate items. And so I didn't have any problems with stuff getting broken anymore after I learned my lesson. Um, and she filed that she didn't receive the item, and that she received only one. And I mean, I sent several huge boxes out. I had, signature, delivery confirmation for each one, receipt for each one, and the registration numbers of all the items and everything. And my God, it was terrible, fighting back and forth with eBay and PayPal. And eBay failed it and gave her the money. I went through PayPal and fought for another 3 weeks, and they ended up giving her the money. I was mad as fire that I lost that money, and they told her to ship the item back, right? She ordered 15 on the second round, right? So go to the post office. I have the postmaster right there with me to witness the opening of this box, and it's a little tiny box, okay? And I'm like, this is surely not the item. And what she had done was thrown 2 pieces of newspaper in there and put this big heavy porcelain piece in this little box, a little bit bigger than a shoe box, okay? Little bitty box. And uh, then when I opened it in front of the postmaster, it did not have enough packing material in it. She verified that. And then it had a piece broken off of it. And what was worse was the registration number didn't go to any of my pieces. And there was other people selling the same item on there on eBay. And so obviously she had ordered from another seller. I researched her purchases, and yes, she did order from two other sellers. And she sent me back somebody else's product. It was not mine. It was so upsetting. Fought back and forth, PayPal and eBay. I was so mad, and they just never paid me my $1,000. So I lost, for the product. I lost all my shipping costs, which were horrendous. And it was like 6 boxes or something, and they were like 17 or $20 each box to ship. And you could only put 2 or 3 of these items in the boxes, but they had to be really huge boxes. And the signature delivery confirmation and the insurance and all that junk, so you could prove they got it and everything. Oh my gosh. And I lost all that money. It was sickening, you know. And then she gave me a bad rating, which was bull. How anybody could do that to someone for that kind of money, a single parent going through a really bad divorce. And this person wanted to be my buddy and emailed me back and forth and was like, "Are you sure you're going to ship? You're going to be able to ship?" It's like, of course. I have a business to run. Why wouldn't I be able to ship? You know, well, you're going through this divorce. It's like, so. So, rule one, don't get personal with customers because you're going to get jacked around. And if they ask entirely too many questions, you're going to get jacked around. Just like if you're selling. Oh, yeah. You get them. I used to get them a lot, the scammers. Now they're really bad. They're like, they'll send you an email and everything ordered from you, and they'll say, "You didn't ship this item that I purchased, and they never bought one from you." And it's a mess. It is a mess. I got one lady right now. She ordered a baby bonnet. I shipped it, and I had it marked down dirt cheap because I needed gas money. I'd just sell one. And I did. A $25 item and sold it for $7. And then eBay took their pay, so I made $3 on the whole deal. You know, after shipping and everything. And she was sitting there sending me a message right after she ordered it. "If you'll ship it this way and ship it in this, it would be so much cheaper." And see, it's shipping and handling. I don't just throw it in a package. I package it up nicely, in a Ziploc bag or wrap it, whatever. I have to use paper, tape, permanent marker. I have to buy boxes. I have to buy shipping envelopes. I mean, this stuff's not free. And these people don't understand what shipping and handling means, and it's in the ad because legally you have to put that in there. You have to state shipping and handling because if it's anything over the normal United States Post Office rate, if you're shipping through USPS, you can get sued for that because you're defrauding the federal government because you're overcharging on shipping for no reason. And so, anyway, you have to state shipping and handling. And this lady, she sent me 2 messages already. "Oh, it was beautiful. I want to order another one in a smaller size from you," which I've since raised the prices because I'm not selling nothing and gonna make $3 on it when I still have to use gas to go to the post office. To drop it off. I mean, no, I can't do it. I get 9 miles a gallon. So anyway, I raised the prices up on all of them, and I have them listed in separate sizes, different stuff. Yeah, and so she was like, "Can I get another one? For $7.25? You know, uh, and cheaper shipping and all that." And I didn't answer her. I was like, "I'm done," because she hadn't even left me a rating yet. She still hasn't left me a rating, and so uh, she says, "Well." She sent me another message like yesterday that said, "Did you get my message from the other day? Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Roxanne, Paranormal Gaming. Wayne, what's going on?" So anyway, she sent me another message. "Did you get my message the other day? I wanted to purchase another one. I want to know how we go about it." And then eBay has flagged the message, okay, and saying there are no sales allowed outside of eBay, and you would be a violator. You could lose your account. Be careful of scammers. So they watch all these messages. And so I don't want to get in trouble either, because I'm not selling to this person outside of my account to begin with. I'm not selling another one that cheap, because I'm not making $3 on the deal. It's just not happening. It was like $2.97 that I got paid after eBay takes all their fees out, and it's like not worth it to me. It's not even worth listing it. So anyway, I replied with, uh, yes, we have them in all different sizes in our store. You're welcome to purchase one, and that was it. And so I sure hate it for you, but yeah. So I used to sell those hand over fist years ago. Those baby bonnets all day long. I was shipping, shipping, and shipping. I did hundreds of them. But there's a lot of other people that are selling them, and they're selling for dirt cheap prices and stuff, and it's very competitive. And so, you know, I was actually very lucky to get the sale, I guess, but I'm not selling another one for that cheap. You gotta really stay at about $20 and up. Around 20 to 30 is better because eBay takes so much money out of you. And so, and I don't care if you sell hundreds. They just take so much money out of you. It's just not worth it. But I remember when I used to go to the post office 3 times a day, every day. As soon as I got orders, I was packing them up, and we were going right back down to the post office. Boom, boom, boom. It was constant. And because, when I order stuff online, I like to get it yesterday express. You know what I mean? I already needed it. I can't wait till it comes. I'll send them like 4 messages going, did you ship? Is there a tracking number? You know, because I want my stuff. So I just ship as soon as I get the order. Sometimes it's within the hour if I'm there to do it, if I'm in town. If I'm not, I'd ship it that night or the next morning. I mean, I try to ship just as soon as possible. And plus, they have a lot quicker shipping time on eBay. It's required for you to ship in like 3 days. And eBay and PayPal used to be owned by the same people. Then they parted ways. Yeah, it was one of them owned each other or something back around the early 2000s. And then I think around 2015, they started splitting it up. And then it was 2021 or 2022, they put notice out that they were no longer going to deal with PayPal, which created a humongous problem because one, you got after your account, was established and you had good ratings and everything, and you really shipped. Then what they would do is, as soon as you made a sale, they would pay you instantly, and so I mean, you'd have stuff flying over the computer, boom, 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 all these payments. And you're like, yeah. Where with Amazon, you had to wait 2 weeks to get paid. And you had to ship on your own dime. You had to supply the item and you had to ship it out of your own money and all that kind of stuff. And it took 15 days before you got paid. And if it was ordered right before payday, you better have marked it shipped and put a tracking number in there, or you would have to wait till the next payday in another 15 days. So eBay was nice because you could get paid right away if you had an account in good standing. It really shipped, and it wasn't like a totally brand new account. Now the brand new accounts take months to get your money. Um, it takes forever till you get authorized to get paid, and even then, it takes a few days for it to clear because you can't use PayPal with it. So you have to literally use a brick and mortar bank for eBay now, like the kind of bank that you walk into on the street and park in a parking lot are the only banks they will use. Now, I used to use Alley Bank with my Amazon account, but that was a problem sometimes. Like the money didn't get there or they wouldn't release the money. And I'd try to ship the money to my PayPal account. Or yeah, sellers can't use PayPal on eBay now. Or I would uh, buy stuff with my Alley account. And I like to keep everything separate. I don't like to. If I have a business account, I want all business things on there. Anything that has to do with business on there. Whatever payments, purchases, sales, income, all that needs to be in that account. That way I can keep it separate, you know. And then if I want to transfer money out of the account or get cash out of that account, it shows on there. And then I go purchase a different way, in cash or, deposit it to my other account. So I try to keep all that stuff separate. I don't like to operate my personal things through my business account. So, anyway, especially with the Biden thing of after $600 deposit, they record everything, you know. So, uh, yeah, you cannot use PayPal to get your money from your eBay selling account. I think you can still use PayPal to purchase items on eBay as a buyer. Now I don't know if you're an eBay seller and you can buy on eBay with PayPal. But I think if you're just a regular person, you can buy on eBay with PayPal. Which is interesting because if they would let you purchase with PayPal as just a buyer, then why are they not letting sellers use it? If your buyers are paying with PayPal, why are they not letting the sellers use it? So I don't know. Maybe it's because a lot of people got ripped off like me for $1,000 that I never saw again. I lost my product, my shipping, everything. Lady left me bad feedback and she was lying. Sent me somebody else's product back. Even when I contested it and everything, I sent pictures and a report from the postmaster and everything to them as proof. And they just wouldn't do crap. Just as long as it showed it was delivered, that's all that mattered. And that money was released. $1,000. So anyway, I had one of those quantity ads where you could pick how many you wanted to buy. And so that's how I got slammed all at once. But if they'd been all separate purchases, I probably would have recouped something. But didn't. And I was so mad. I've known other people who went through the same kind of crap. So it's sort of like getting DoorDash and saying you didn't get the food. And you did. I got scammed out of $1,000 back in the early 2000s. Somewhere around 2004, 2005 when I was filing for divorce. So, just since 2021, 2022, something like that, apparently they have killed the PayPal thing for sellers. It has a big banner when you go to sign up for a seller account. It'll tell you we no longer accept PayPal. And so it's, proven to be a bit of a problem for, a lot of United States sellers. Now, I think they're letting some sellers use it because they're foreign or something. Checkout as a guest. Yeah, the checkout as a guest is a real improvement because if you ever got banned from selling on eBay, then you couldn't buy on eBay. And that was really bad. And look, they banned me and, man, they tried to send me to the desert, okay, with a camel and a tent because they've banned me so many times years ago because I was running e-cigs when the market began. And I developed my own product. I had it in production. I was getting ready to open in Walmarts. And then they started having problems and with people selling trash and not, educating the customer about it. And, then kids thought it was a toy now, so people were selling them to anybody. And, Now it was a problem of how do you check ID online. eBay got scared of it. I mean, Amazon was scared of being sued over it. I knew the guy that had half his face blown off from a big box e-cig thing, and those were bad to begin with. I still don't believe in them. There's too much battery power. Um, and But I mean, you can go to a local store and you don't have to be of age to purchase the items to make e-cig juice. It got to the point where I was selling e-cigs, and then I stopped selling e-cigs, and I was just selling e-cig juice. Then they said, oh, well, it's got nicotine in it. It's illegal. And so then I sold no nicotine e-cig juices. I was selling them like a bandit still. And then they killed that too. And I said, man, a minor child can go in and buy the products that you make the e-cig juice out of. I bet you have to use certain products. So before would you get all of this in the wrong hands? Yeah, but I mean, if your dog chewed on it, it would kill him. You know, you had to be really careful. And so I had proper labels, legal labels, the whole thing. My stuff was in being manufactured and shipped back and forth. Man, it was selling the devil out of them. My daughter and I would sit there and watch people on Amazon where it'll show you as a seller that people have put it in their basket, and we'd sit there and watch to see if they would check out, and it would be like checked out, checked out, checked out, and we're like, oh my gosh, the money was flying. And so, and the more I ordered from the people I had manufacturing my item, the better deal I got, especially with shipping, because all my stuff was coming from overseas, except for my juices. I made my own e-cig juice, and because I didn't want any of that stuff, which you didn't know what was in it, coming from the Orient. It had a lot of bad chemicals in it and stuff, and it didn't taste right. And I just wasn't into selling something and putting an ingredients list on it and not knowing what was really truly in it. I didn't want to take that risk. It was better if I made it myself. And so I ordered, supplies and stuff, in the United States, and produced it myself in the United States, in my bottling, with my labeling, the whole thing. So I knew it was a good product, and still have the stuff today. But um, yeah, the eBay gift cards and Amazon gift cards are the way to fly if you don't want to lay your bank card on there and check out as a guest like on eBay. Go down and buy their gift cards at the local drugstore at Walgreens, CVS, whatever's carrying them, and enter it to your account. That way you don't have to use your card. That will save a huge amount of problem. And especially get a refund, because you'll get an instant refund if you use one of those gift card things. Where on credit card it takes weeks to get the money back. They go, it'll take 3 to 4 weeks, and you're like, oh hell no. So yeah, that's a wonderful option, especially like, I would order car parts and stuff, on Amazon, and I would see what all it costs, and I'd go buy, a gift card, at Walgreens or whatever, put it on my account, and I'd go order my item. Boom. And I didn't have to worry about, getting my cards jacked or whatever. But I will tell you this, eBay has split up everything where you have the seller costs and what they call your payouts, which to me, payout means I'm paying them. But to them, payout is your income from your sales. Okay? And then your seller costs is your bills. Whatever fees for your ads, um, if you have fees from the sale and stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. If you're using, their promoted stuff, fees from that, whatever, the seller costs. But you can use a PayPal card. If you have a PayPal account and you have a PayPal card, you can use that card to pay for your selling costs. But you cannot use it to get deposits of your sales on eBay. But they have a new thing that just started like a month ago, where you can enter as a seller, you can enter a MasterCard or Visa. Doesn't take American Express, but a MasterCard or Visa, you can enter that in and get instant payout in anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 days. It could take, depending if it's a weekend or holiday, whatever, of your money getting shipped immediately, and then they charge like a 1% fee. And so, 1% of $100 is $1. Okay. So there you have it. So it's just like $1, 1% is 1 penny. So that's relatively cheap. Um, and that way you can, have access to your money. It's nice to get the money part of it, especially if you're supplying the item. So that makes it really nice, but you still have to have a brick and mortar bank account. So you're not going to get around it. You're just not, because when you try to enter the stuff in there, it's just not accepting it. And yes, they still send two what they call micro deposits. It'll be two weird numbers like 3 cents and 4 cents or 7 cents and 2 cents. And you have to report, the amounts of those two amounts that they sent. And that can take up to 2 weeks for that to get done. But as soon as you see it, then you enter it on your seller app thing, and that's how you verify your account. Then they'll turn around and they'll withdraw two weirdo amounts like that again, like 4 cents and 8 cents, and then you verify that, and then they say, okay, that bank account's valid because we can withdraw from it and we can deposit to it. So there you have it. But yeah, but that's the only side that you can get in is by using any PayPal at all. It's just that card, and but you can use it to pay your seller costs, your seller fees. So but you can't get paid on it. So yeah, and I'm going to be doing another vlog that's really cool about how you can also get paid on eBay, and with a different card. I did find out the other day that the American Express Bluebird card has been discontinued. Apparently at Walmart, they're not selling it anymore. They'll still let you deposit to it, but they're apparently not selling it anymore because they want to push their own Walmart card that's like that, because they get a fee, and because there was no fee set on the Bluebird, which Bluebird was a blessing because Green Dot would eat you alive. I have like 4 Green Dot cards. I got the black card, the gold card. I got all kinds of Green Dot cards, but they're so expensive. Yeah, so if you happen to see it, you better get one because it was really neat. All you had to do was spend like $5 to buy the card, and then they credited the whole $5 to your account. They gave you a real account number and everything. Once it went through the cash register, you saved your receipt and the paper thing that you had. And then they would mail you a card, and then you could go on their website and put all your info in and stuff. And they do require like Social Security number and all that stuff now, which a lot of those prepaid cards didn't, but they do now. I guess because the IRS is watching. But anyway, so it's a really neat card because they don't ever charge you. I've used that card for hotel room deposits, like at the casino and stuff. I used to take my daughter all the time. We used to get free comps for suites and everything. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we got to have $100 deposit, for the suite. And it's like, oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm getting the thing free for like a week or a couple days or whatever. I won $600 at the casino years ago, and they keep sending me free stuff, like $100 free food, and then like $100 free money, and then to play on, and then sweets and free gift things for the holidays, like go down and pick up your free turkey or your free iPad or whatever, and see a show, and we'll comp you a room for one day or 2 or 3 days or a week, for free. And it's like, you should have seen the penthouse suite we had one time. I did a YouTube vlog about it. It was pretty rocking. It was. The signal was really bad. We did it with the phone. Signal was terrible bad, but what a beautiful suite. It was like a 1 bedroom apartment. It was just unreal. We had a blast. And we just mostly hung out in the room, went to the pool, went to the gym and the spa. I had a bunch of credits for the spa, and I'm like, hey, why don't you go to the spa? You'll enjoy it. And but yeah, so that's the lowdown on the eBay PayPal deal. I mean, it was problematic. I lost a lot of money over that mess, and was it because they were both hooked up together and owned each other? Possibly. So it was rigged, so you weren't going to get past it. Period. Um, to me, that felt rigged. It was like I was dealing with the same company all at once, and I was just wasting my breath. Typing all this stuff and emailing stuff, and calling them on the phone and all that junk, getting to absolutely nowhere. Yep. So, that's the lowdown on it. So I just wanted to let you guys know, and what possibilities you have and all that. But they are just not. eBay is not big fans of any online banking system at all. Um, I tried to use that Bluebird on my eBay for my seller account. It wouldn't take that. It absolutely refused. But I had to literally go down and open an account. It cost me like $100, 3 hours of my time. It was terrible. But the bank is just trash. I hate that bank. I got problems with it right now. It was just ridiculous. And so anyway, that I've had problems since day one. Their card never hardly works. It's just a joke. Even though I know there's money in there, but it won't work. Uh, but anyway, so I hope that helped you guys, and I will see you in the next one. I love you for hanging out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Today is Valentine's Day, so even if you don't have a Valentine, I had a Visa card. It was a weird one. One day I couldn't log into it. Yeah, that's the scary part. It's like not a real bank, and then what do you do? If you can't get through. The worst one is Chime. If you get locked out of your account or want to change your address or anything, you might as well give up. And I got to do a vlog about that because that is an absolute living nightmare. If you can't, if you never get your card, I never got my card the first time around. And I've opened another account, and I've got to do a vlog about that. But anyway, but yeah, even if you don't have a Valentine or somebody that loves you, just remember, Red loves you, baby. So, um, uh, don't be sad today because I love you. Okay, I love you. You have a friend, and yes, I love you. I love you guys very, very much. You're wonderful. You've helped me so much. Let's see. It said to call customer service resolved. Well, Chime, good luck. I've been round and around with them for circles and circles and circles. But I got to do an update about that. Um, it's good and it's bad, um, I got a link on. I changed the link recently to my new account. But I got a link on that old vlog. But I've got to do a couple new ones about that to update you guys. The biggest trick is when you never get the card and then you cannot access the account. Thank you so much. So I love you guys. Thank you for being subs. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. Even if you aren't a sub, I really appreciate you hanging out. Please do have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Just remember, Red loves you, baby. And that's a fact. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do something kind for a stranger. And love everybody, all right? I love you.